It's Madden NFL 23, and we've got the latest chapter of a historic rivalry. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns, and it's all up next.
First opened in 1999. There's a good look at First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. Tonight we've got an AFC matchup on tap between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns. And hi again, everybody. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, when you and I were going through our final run-throughs at breakfast, we kept thinking tonight we're going to get to see a couple of very good passing offenses.
And we're talking about both sides having multiple receivers that could have an impact on this game. It's not just one guy that's going to make all the plays. If you take him away, maybe number 2, number 3, they make the big plays that impact who wins the game.
Ready to get us started, it's Cade York, and off we go from Cleveland. Fielded right around the 8. And he returns this to the 22. Here come the Steelers for the first time in this game with their free agent signing at quarterback, the former number 2 overall pick, Mitchell Trubisky.
Mitchell Trubisky is getting his second chance to start in the NFL and will be with another storied franchise, this time the Pittsburgh Steelers. He slowly fell out of favor in Chicago after making a Pro Bowl in his second season. But what a lot of people don't realize is that he had a winning record as a starter in each of his last 3 years with the Bears. He convinced a lot of people as a backup in Buffalo, including Pittsburgh, that there's still something to be unlocked in him as a starter.
And not much doing there, maybe a yard up to the 23.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Harris going to get it again on second down. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. This might be a free play here for Trubisky. Setting up the screen, Harris. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Offside, defense.
So with the completed pass and the yardage they got, they'll decline the penalty.
So obviously more yards on the pass completion than they would have gained with the penalty. They did the math, they did it well, and it works for them.
They go play action with Trubisky. And his throw is incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Trubisky will throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and it goes down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky. They'll drop to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. They'll make that a 2nd sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
But they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
On 4th down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. Bringing this crew out, it's someone known for his big arm since he entered the league back in 2016, Jacoby Brissett.
Spent the early years of his career bouncing between starter and backup as needed, and played well, but never had a team fully commit to him as their guy. He does retain the toolbox that made him projectable as a starter. Big, strong player with a powerful arm, deceptively mobile, and tough to tackle. The best part about his game, leadership and being a great teammate.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
On 2nd and inches, Brissett. He's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. This will wind up a loss on the play. And 3rd and 1 now.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off on the play.
3rd down turns to 1st with that 5-yard pickup. And they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Hunt will try going up the middle. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Throwing, Brissett. Flush to his right. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. The first drive here and the first time that we've called the big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers are getting involved as this game goes on.
A first down throw for Brissett. That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. No score after one on EA Sports. On to the second from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football. as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. Now Chubb running right. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Brissett to throw on first. He rifles one that's intercepted. Miles Killebrew with a pick. And the Steelers are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
Well, this had trouble written all over it from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their 2nd offensive possession. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Well, partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so that he can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there. And he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22. And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. Now Trubisky to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down. 5 yards on the screen, but that'll take us to 4th down.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception. That means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
On is Presley Harvin now as he'll send this one away. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And they will take over 1st and 10. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one. It's hard to believe with all this production that Amari Cooper keeps changing teams, but no matter where he goes, he just continues to produce. 3 years in Oakland, traded. 3 years in Dallas, traded again, this time to the Cleveland Browns. And now with the Browns here, he produces a first down, coming up a career-best 8 touchdowns in 2021.
Play fake, Brissett. Bell brings it in across the formation. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. That one goes for 30 yards. On the delay, here's Hunt. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Here's Brissett. They set up the screen to Chubb. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And this brings up a 3rd and goal. Now that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first.
And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Cade York on now for the field goal. This a 33-yard attempt. York able to send this one through. And we have action on the scoreboard just before halftime. It's 3-0. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the 2nd quarter now, and we do have our first point. It's a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
It feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Trubisky. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Trubisky. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Again, it's Trubisky. He gets it complete to Harris. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
That's a nice job defensively to make sure everyone was accounted for, because ordinarily you pick up the guys downfield, and sometimes you forget about the running back. In this case, they did not and dropped him for no gain.
They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. They go play action. Trubisky. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now it's Trubisky. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Fryermuth. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. So we have reached halftime here in Cleveland with the Browns on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Back to you guys in a bit. But first, we welcome everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. First up, though, let's take a look at the next-gen stats from the first half for the Steelers. And they did not do much at all in terms of throwing the football in those first two quarters. That's going to need to improve if they want to erase this deficit. Meanwhile, for the Browns, they too have found passing lanes to be hard to come by so far. As you see by the numbers, they'll need to figure that out in the second half.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. The Browns offense getting set to go to work here to start the third. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room. Maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. The third quarter starts with a run by Chubb. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain. So you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
On the bootleg, it's Brissett. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver, and it's third down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
Being chased out left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. So good work there on the defensive side for the first drive of the second half.
Yeah, and until their offense can get into rhythm, their defensive players and staff have got to say to themselves, we've got to make it work. We've got to stand in here and make sure nothing else happens until our guys start moving the ball.
The Browns send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. 1st and 10 here for Trubisky and the Steelers. Right at the 30. Here's Trubisky to throw. It's brought in by Harris. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
Off the play fake, here's Trubisky. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
If you're going to take a shot downfield, second and one's a perfect time to do it. If you're going to be in heavy run defense, you should have good windows to throw it downfield.
And it looked like there was something there right after the snap, but the defense able to recover. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on 1st down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Browns set and ready to go on offense. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
They'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll bring up second down. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, people have to come up with schemes to limit him, and what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to, pick up a first down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Brissett's going to keep it on the option. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40.
Holding. Offense.
And that's on the guard, Wyatt Teller. Following the penalty, Chubb, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
They'll run with Hunt on second down. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Brissett sets to throw it. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Akello Witherspoon. And the Steelers are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. So that, Charles, maybe the play that this defense has been looking for.
They've hung in there, and if they lose this game, it won't be from a lack of effort on their part. The key question is, can the offense finally do something? Because we're into the third quarter, and a 0 is still glowing on the scoreboard.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
A good action to this point in the third quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. Now it's Trubisky. Quick completion here to Johnson. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. Throwing here, Trubisky. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it will be 4th down.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. Malik Reed there to bring him down. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back, tell him to take care of the ball, and try and move forward.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Well, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right. But the problem for them is still within a possession. So they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. And again, it's Chubb. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. To the sideline, and that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the 1st down. 1 yard is the gain, and that'll be good for a Cleveland 1st.
And that's how you pick up a 1st down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Chubb will get the call running left. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. They go up the middle with Chubb. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to swell the lead to 6. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. But for almost 8 years, 64 stood as the NFL record for the longest field goal. That has since been eclipsed. It's now 66, but still 64-yarder. Pretty impressive, CD.
Absolutely agree with that, because if you drill a 60-yarder in an NFL game, you've got a lot to be proud of, record or no record. And only a handful of guys can even attempt it. Excellent job there, putting that one through the pipes.
Ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So here's Trubisky and the Steelers. Down 6-0, 53 ticks to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down. Now it's Trubisky. He's got Claypool. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. I don't know that those extra yards were worth it right there.
They're only valuable to the fantasy owners. For him and his team, he needed to get out of bounds and preserve time.
Now the Steelers hustling up to the line of scrimmage. Here's Trubisky. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his health. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Trubisky to throw. He's going to let it fly. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule it out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Here we go. It's Trubisky on 4th down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down.
Defense.
Discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. Throwing now is Trubisky. Wide open receiver complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And not all W's are created equal, CD, and this one came in shutout fashion.
Well, their offense certainly didn't need to do anything, right? They could take the day off, and they did. But the defense, they carried them in a big way.
Yeah, look, the offense obviously stuff to work on, but they did enough, and the defense carried the load.
But you know what they say, it's always fun to work on things. If it didn't go well in your game, with a victory in your pocket, and that's what they've got going forward.